And good afternoon and welcome to Madison Field, located here on the campus of Marshfield Senior High. And today's Wisconsin Valley Conference contest as the Marshfield Tigers coming into this contest with a 7-3 overall record, 1-1 in conference, coming off a heartbreaking loss against Wisconsin Rapids on Tuesday. And in that contest, the Tigers had a chance they had actually the tying run in the on-deck circle in the ninth inning as they came up with 3 runs in the top of the 7th, but it was not enough as Rapids defeated the Marshfield Tigers 9-6 at the Triplex over in Wisconsin Rapids. And in that contest, Lillian Griesbach went 2 for 4. Madeline Cole went 2 for 4. But the big sticks was Gabby Nilitz as she went 2 for 2 with a shot dead center field. And also in hitting a home run in that contest was Annabelle Ross as she powered a 2-run shot also over the center field wall. And so it was Marshfield now 1-1 in the Valley and Wisconsin Rapids 2-1 in the Valley. And they are playing the Wausau West Warriors, who come into this contest with a 1-4 overall record and 1-1 in the conference. But the highlight for Wausau West with this is back when they played Wausau East just a couple games ago, as Wausau East pitchers Nora Hintz and Caitlin Butler combined in a 5-inning no-hitter for the Warriors and earned the first win of the season for the Wausau West Warriors. So great win, a great combination win for the Wausau West Warriors. And in that contest, some outstanding hitting by Taylor Liebelt, and Addie Heil had 2 RBIs, and also Sadie Pasek had an RBI with a double, and Taylor Defner had an RBI double also in that contest. So Marshfield looking to get a big win here today, as in the conference it's actually a very, very tight race, and leading, surprisingly, is the DC Everest Evergreens, as the Evergreens knocked off Stevens Point last week. And Point is now 1-1 in the conference, and along with Marshfield and also Wausau West. And Everest is leading with a 3-0 conference record. Today's pregame show is brought to you by Shuta Funeral Home. Shuta Funeral Home Services in Stevens Point and Plover is here to help you with all your funeral needs with 2 convenient locations and a personal local touch. Let their experienced staff serve your family. Learn more at shootafuneral.com. That's shootafuneral.com. And so they're having parents' night here, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick commercial here, and we're going to send it over to John here, and he's going to have a commercial here, and they're going to have a conference out here with at home plate here with the coaches and go over the lineups. So we'll be back in just a little bit. And you are brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com here on Zaleski Sports with Wisconsin Valley Softball.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eclair.
Ooh. Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Join the Gross family of satisfied customers at Gross Buick in Marshfield. Come see their large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs on the Marshfield lot. Or find it at grossauto.com, and we'll have it delivered to Marshfield for your convenience. You'll love their people and state-of-the-art service department, where service guests get a free courtesy car. Top it all off with the Gross lifetime engine warranty on most vehicles. Gross Buick of Marshfield.
Guys, she'll remember prom for the rest of her life, and make sure your prom flowers are the best of the best from Hefco Floral Company in Patriots Tower, downtown Marshfield. As I mentioned about the standings here in the Wisconsin Valley, I just found my sheet here as DC Everest Evergreens are 3-0. in conference, 7-0 overall. The Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln Red Raiders are in second at 2-1 with a 6-1 overall record. Wausau West Warriors at 1-1 and 1-4 overall. Stevens Point 1-1 and 4-2 overall, and the Marshfield Tigers are 1-1 and 7-3 overall. The Merrill Blue Jays are 1-2 in conference, 4-3 overall, and the Wausau East Lumberjacks are 0-3 and 1-6 overall. Other games in the Wisconsin Valley today. Besides the Wausau West Marshfield game here, Stevens Point is at Wausau East, and Wisconsin Rapids is at Merrill. And pretty much the Valley is as games are underway. And then next Tuesday, great matchup next week as Marshfield has to go to D.C. Everest to take on the Evergreens, who lead the conference. And Merrill is at Wausau East, and Wausau West is at Stevens Point, and that would make Wisconsin Rapids with a day off. So the umpires and coaches are going over the ground rules here. So let me give you the starting lineups for today's contest. Leading off and playing second base for the Wausau West Warriors is Peyton Kelmus. Batting second, the right fielder, Kennock Gale. Batting third and playing center field, Taylor Liebert. And batting in the cleanup spot, the shortstop, Claire Kelmus, who was actually a second-team all-conference selection last year. Batting fifth, the catcher, Addie Heil. Batting sixth and playing first base, Sadie Pessig. Batting seventh and playing left field, Balin Holstrom. Batting eighth is the DP, Jaden Kelmus. Batting ninth, the third baseman, Taylor Defner. And batting, actually not 10th, but the 10th player in the West lineup today is the flex player, and she is pitching on the mound, Caitlin Butler, who combined for that no-hitter against Wausau East. For the Marshfield Tigers, as I mentioned, comes into this contest 7-3 overall, 1-1 overall, or in the conference. Leading off and playing center field, Delaney Varsho. Batting second and catching, Lillian Griesbach. Batting third and playing third base, Lydia Garvin. Batting in the cleanup spot, who had an outstanding weekend against Holman, as she went 6 for 8 total and had a great weekend against Holman, is first baseman Madison Kraus. Batting fifth and playing shortstop, Rianne Costa. Batting sixth and playing second base, Madeline Cole. Batting seventh, the freshman pitcher, Molly Fox, who did not really have that great of outing at Wisconsin Rapids, but she is, I'll tell you, she's going to be a good one. And both, they've got two freshman pitchers on this staff for Marshfield, and both of them down the stretch. I'm talking to Coach Linsmeyer. She's very happy with these two freshmen. And batting eighth, the right fielder, Taylor Weiss, and batting ninth and playing left field and getting a starting spot today is Cameron Pierce. And the Tigers are coached by Becky Linsmeyer in her fourth season, and the head coach for the Wausau West Warriors is Jamie Hughes. As just shortly here, we will be having these. They're having a little problems with the PA system here now, and so what we're going to do is we're just going to take a little break here. We're going to take a commercial break. We're going to take one commercial, and we'll be right back. And this ball game is brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Tired of hearing about checking account features? So are we. It's more about what you can do with your money to live the life you want. Forward Bank puts your access to everything you need in the palm of your hand. Mobile deposit, recurring digital payments, transfer funds, or pay a friend easily. Yes, our checking is free and includes all that you would expect. It's supported by your neighbors and friends at Forward, dedicated to serving our communities. Open online today at forward.bank.
Have you outgrown your old furniture? Well, I can relate. Then get into Mall Furniture today.
We are never short on inventory, and we are never short on bringing you great deals.
Living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, mattresses, recliners, lift chairs, and big clearance recliners. Head to Mall, because we got them all.
Mall Furniture and Mattress, West 9th Street, Marshfield.
And we're back here at Madison Field here at on the campus of Marshfield High School. These two teams do have some, let's say, history of going to the state tournament. Wausau West went back in 1988 when it was a Class A, and they went 1-1 at the state tournament. In 1990, they actually finished state runner-up in 1990 when they got beat by Neenah 8-4. And then they also went in 2008 and was 1-1. And of course, Marshfield, they have won 2 state titles. They went back in 1991 in Division I. They were 3-0. And in 95, they went 0-1. With a state title at 3-0. And now the national anthem. Just finished the Tigers back in 97. They won the state title, going 3-0, and in 98 they were state runners-up. So they had 2 state champions and a runner-up, and Wausau West has had a runner-up also. All conference from last year, graduating was Autumn Hughes, who was an all-conference outfielder last year, but coming back is Claire Kelmus, the shortstop for Wausau West, and she's a senior. And then also Allison Kirsch, who has graduated, was an honorable mention all-conference, and Taylor Liebelt, who is, let's see here where she is playing today. She is batting third and playing center field, and she was an honorable mention outfielder last year. So a couple honorable mention or honors going to Wausau West players that are coming back, and warming up right now is pitcher Molly Fox, who has had a really outstanding season. And we're going to tell you about the Tiger Booster Club coming up. Mark your calendar for the Tiger Booster Bash fundraiser on Friday, February 25th. That would actually be a week from tomorrow. Dinner, music, raffles, and silent and live auction. Get tickets online and at the door, and go to Marshfield Tiger Booster Club on Facebook to get your tickets and find more information. In fact, I think what Mr. Zaleski should do is they could, you bid for the naming rights of the field house. We could call it Zaleski Field House. That would be a great thing. So, but leading off for the Wausau West Warriors is the second baseman, number 6, Peyton Kelmis. And with the first pitch, just upstairs coming from Molly Fox for ball 1. Kelmis last season and Fox with the delivery right down Main Street and call strike 1. Last year, Peyton played in 5 varsity contests and hit .308 for the Warriors last year. So a great leadoff hitter and had a .406 on base percentage. So that's actually a good number to have for a leadoff hitter. That your leadoff, the responsibility for that leadoff hitter is to get on base and get into scoring position so he can get that first run in the first inning. So 1-2 count on the second baseman, Peyton Kelmis. Fox gets the sign from Griesbach and the pitch. Just missed, low and outside, ball 2, 2-2 to Peyton. On deck is Kenna Gale, the right fielder, followed by Taylor Liebelt. Fox rocks, and fires. And just short, and we've got a full count now. 3-2 on Peyton. As Fox steps a little bit outside the circle, approaches the rubber, gets a sign from Griesbach, rocks, and delivers. And a fly ball out to center fielder, Delaney Varsho. Varsho camps under it for out number 1.
Now batting, number 8, Kenny Gale.
So one down here in the top of the first inning, just starting here. A little overcast after the sun being out today. I know at home I had a high of 63 degrees. Game time right now, it's 59 degrees with a 15-mile-an-hour wind south to southeast and gusting up to 27 miles per hour. Fox with a delivery high and inside and brushes back. The right fielder, Gale. And we'll have a starting time of 4:39 tonight. This game is starting just a little bit early. It was scheduled for 5 o'clock, but they wanted to wait to see if they're talking about rain coming in. The next pitch coming into Gale catches the outside corner for call strike 2. Tiger boys are taking on DC Everest today also. And the pitch by Fox and a bunt laying down. Perfect bunt. Throw and wide as that will go down as a throwing error on the third baseman, as it was out of the reach of Kraus at first base. So a runner at first on a throwing error by the Tigers. Tigers have been playing pretty good defense this year. And now batting Taylor Leibelt, the center fielder, in the number 3 spot. Fox gets the sign from Griesbach. Rocks back, and the pitch. And just short and bounces away from Griesbach. That'll go as a wild pitch as Gale heads to second. One and 0 count to the center fielder, Taylor Leibelt. Well, they're talking really nice weather next week, too. So, and the pitch just upstairs. And we have if you want to watch ball, you can watch it on Zaleski Sports. You can pick any game next week. And I'll tell you, we've got them all next week. In fact, we've even got a few soccer in there also. And in fact, soccer game going on tonight here at Marshfield. Next pitch upstairs. Ball 3. 3-0 count. One down here in the top of the first inning. Fox getting the sign, rocks back and delivers. And down low on 4 straight pitches as Leibelt gets on. Runners at first and second now here. And coming up the cleanup hitter and shortstop, Claire Kelmus, the second team all-conference last year. Griesbach goes out to talk to Fox. For expertise, honesty, and stellar service, look no further than Heritage Auto Body. Their team of professionals uses the latest technology to ensure that your vehicle comes back to you looking like new. They provide free estimates and work with your insurance company to make it easy for you. Heritage Auto Body on Heritage Drive on Marshfield's South Side. Fox taking her time and the delivery and squares around the bunt and throw down to third by Griesbach and gets past third baseman, and coming into third is Leibelt also. So Gale will get credited with a stolen base and a throwing error on the catcher, so that's 2 errors by the Tigers here in the first inning. And Leibelt will get credit with a stolen base and advances to third on the air. So Wausau West takes the lead here, 1-0. And pitch comes in. And the count is 1-1 on the cleanup hitter, shortstop Claire Kelmus. Fox with the delivery and a shot out to left field, out to Pierce, one hopper to her, and they get the ball in, but it's an RBI single for Claire Kelmus
Now batting number 3.
as Wausau West takes a 2-0 lead.
17, Sadie Pesic.
Claire last year hit 306 for Wausau West. And coming up to bat now is Addie Heil. And Addie played in 10 varsity games in the conference last year and hit 129. Had 5 RBIs, though. She was very productive with the hits that she had, as she knocked in 5 last year for the Wausau West Warriors. First pitch came in, was a ball. Fox with the delivery and catches the outside corner for a call, strike 1. 1-1 on the number 5 hitter, the catcher, Addie Heil. Runner at first, that is Claire Kelmus. Fox gets the sign and delivers. High upstairs, big lead for Kelmus. 2-1 on Addie. On deck, Sadie Peisig. Rock and deliver by Fox. And back to the mound. Throws the second, but not on the bag. It's got to be scored as a fielder's choice. And just an advancement. There's no error. You know, you can't put a mental error in the book. So it's got to be an advancement. So on a play like that, you should, get the sure out, which would have been at first at the time. And foul back. In fact, on that, Heil is actually credited with a sacrifice on that, as she did sacrifice her over to second base on that. First pitch was fouled back by Peisig, the first baseman. Fox with the delivery and a shot out to center field as Varsho bobbles it and advancing one base and coming in. A high throw and safe at third is Sadie. So she's going to get credit with a base hit, an error on the center fielder, and then actually advancing to third.
Now batting number 5, Balin Hustrom.
But getting credit at least for 1 RBI will be Kelmus. And Heil lands up scoring also to make this a 4-0 ball game, as Coach Linsmeyer is out there now to talk to her team as they're falling apart here in the first quarter. In the first inning. I think I'm still doing football yet. Wait till I start calling double dribble or something, So, with a runner at third, and Coach Linsmeyer out there a very long time, brings up the left fielder, Balin Hallstrom. And Fox now ready out there on the circle. Breeze picking up out of the southeast here. And low and outside. One down here in the top of the first inning. The Warriors of Wausau West leading 4-0. Rocks and fires. And right at the knees to Balin Hallstrom. And they count 1-1. As the Tigers have 3 errors here in the first inning. Fox rocks, delivers, and upstairs, ball 2. 2-1 count on Hallstrom, as Jaden Kelmus, the DP, is in the on-deck circle, followed by Taylor Defner, the third baseman. And half swing, foul. As we have a 2-2 count now. And I see Mr. Zaleski has brought up supper here tonight with a sausage pizza. I think he just came here to check up on me, that's all. And the next pitch by Fox is way upstairs for ball 3. 3-2 count with one down here in the top of the first inning. Fox looking for the sign from Griesbach behind the plate. And the pitch. And a ground ball foul down the left field side. Count remains at 3-2. At least the temperature today was up a little bit more than it has been in the last week or so. But I see about the first part of May, they extended this out, and they're actually talking a couple days in there of 68 and 69 degrees. And I got to see it to believe it. Ground ball to short. Throw over to first to Kraus for the out. As that ground ball went to Costa. And Costa throws over to get Hallstrom out, but a run scores as Pasek scores, and Balin will get credited with an RBI. So Wausau West now up 5-0 here in the top of the first inning. And Jaden Kelmus, the DP, now batting. This is the 8th batter for the Warriors here in the top of the first inning. And the pitch. And foul down the right field side. Reminds me of Monday when I was doing the Stratford game. With Stratford sending 15 batters to the plate in the first inning, and then they went around the batting order twice in the third inning. So Stratford having an outstanding season there, and they got that phenom Christian Ream, and in fact, you can pick up a Zaleski magazine at a lot of locations. You can pick it up at the Senex in Stratford, Festival, Pick and Save, A&W up at Spencer. So, in fact, this issue, I mean, there is really a lot of stuff in here from this last week. And this comes out weekly, folks, and I'll tell you, it's just a fantastic job and a really good magazine. And actually, if you want to advertise on there, we've got our advertising rep right there with his phone number. So pick one of those up, and he'll be glad to talk to you about putting some advertising in the Zaleski magazine. So, but a great picture of the freshman phenom over there, Christian Ream. 3-1 count to the batter, Jaden Kelmus. And the pitch, swing and a miss, and that is only 2 strikes. You know, that is the second time I've done that this week. I'm getting all fired up for a strikeout here, and guess what? I do it on 2 strikes. You know, I did that once on an umpire, and I rang him up, and it's like, boy, did I look like... And there it is, and call strike 3 for the third out, and that is a Jamie Wenzel strikeout, and Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro, and he'll take care of all the damage and restoration if you got a water problem. And Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro, like he'll fix it like it never happened. But as my score sheet goes flying around here somewhere on the floor, as a gust of wind came through, and we'll give you the summary here of Wausau West scoring 5 runs on 3 hits and 4 errors and no one left. So after a half inning of play, it's the Wausau West Warriors 5 and the Marshfield Tigers coming to bat. And you are watching Wisconsin Valley Softball here on Zaleski Sports brought to you by shedsdelivered.com.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
And we're back here at Marshfield, and I'm all tangled up in my cords here. But Wausau West looking very, very impressive, but did not help that Marshfield had 4 errors in that first inning to give the Wausau West Warriors a 5-0 lead here. In fact, these two teams met last year, and they actually split. Marshfield won at home, and Wausau West won at home. So we'll see what they do this year. Leading off for the Tigers will be the center fielder, Delaney Varsho, followed by Lillian Griesbach, and then Lydia Garvin. And the first pitch to Varsho is ball 1. And way outside with the next pitch. Wausau West last year finished the season 12-11 overall. And in those contests, Marshfield won at home 5-3 last year. And then West beat Marshfield 11-7 over at Wausau last year. 2-1 count to Varsho. And a shot down the left field line, but foul. So the count's 2-2 to Delaney Varsho. As Delaney having a really good season. Last year she played in 10 Valley games last year. And she has moved from left field to center field this year. And Delaney wanted to go for that, but I'll tell you, that was a good foot outside. And makes the count now 3-2. As Delaney will try to get on to lead off this inning for the Tigers. And a shot to right field, just past a diving Peyton Kelmus at second, as Delaney gets the Tigers going with a leadoff single to right field. Bringing up the catcher, Lillian Griesbach. Lillian, a second-team all-conference ball player last year as a freshman. And in fact, she's considered one of the top catchers in the Wisconsin Valley this year. As out on the mound, Caitlin Butler gets the sign and delivers. High and outside. Ball 1. I don't think, with it being down 5-0, I don't think the Tigers will be stealing a lot of bases. Next pitch comes in right at the letters to Griesbach for a call, strike 1. The umpires today is Bill Cook and Matthew Heinzen. They're assigned by the Wisconsin Valley Conference. And fouling it off is Griesbach. Count now 1-2. As they're talking a little rain coming in. Here, my phone says it's 60 degrees with rain, but we have none here.
I don't see how it's 60.
Yeah, I know.
It's too much.
Z says to me, how can it be 60? You know, it's the wind, Z. It's the wind. And a shot by Griesbach past the second baseman and gets past the center fielder all the way to the wall. Varsho around third, heading home. Griesbach going into third, and that will be a base hit by Griesbach and advancing all the way to third on an error by the center fielder. And Varsho puts the Tigers on the board as And Tigers come up with back-to-back hits here. And this could be a high-scoring affair in this one today, folks, as it's now 5-1, and we are not out of the first inning yet. And coming to the plate is the third baseman, Lydia Garvin. And fouling off the shin guards of the home plate umpire, as Varsho scores on that error on center fielder Taylor Liebelt. 0-1 count to Lydia Garvin. And pitch down low. 1-1. On the on-deck circle, Madison Kraus. Madison was a second-team all-conference player last year. And a pitch high and a little bit outside. 2-1. And the pitch, and a foul down the right side into the batting cage area of the Tigers. Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Boy, that's a big word for me. We guarantee quality you can trust. And a shot out to center field, and getting the ball in right away is Taylor Liebelt, as it went out like a rocket, and the throw from Liebelt came back in like a rocket, and Griesbach did not have a chance to tag up and score. So Garvin flies out to the center fielder for out number one, bringing up the cleanup hitter, the first baseman, Madison Kraus. And a ground ball through the hole, and an RBI single for Madison Kraus, as Hallstrom gets the ball into second base. And Madison having an outstanding season, as she has signed a letter of intent to play for the Blue Goals next year over in Eau Claire. And coming to the plate now is Rayanne Costa, the shortstop. And a call, strike one. 5-2 here in the bottom of the first inning. Butler on the mound for the Warriors. And the pitch. And a changeup. Ground ball, the third, and will not get the double play, but a great play by Taylor Defner. And tosses over to Peyton Kelmus for the force out on Kraus. So that'll go 5-4, and Costa on with a fielder's choice. Here in the bottom of the first inning, brings up the second baseman, Madeline Cole, out of the number 6 spot, and a base hit out to center field on the first pitch. As the Tigers are hitting the ball.
Now batting number 3.
Against Holman last weekend, they put together, I think it was like 35 hits in that doubleheader sweep against Holman last week, and they've just been hammering the ball. Butler from the mound, low and inside, ball one. Runners at first and second, as Costa's at second, Cole at first, 2 down. Here in the bottom of the first inning, you're watching Wisconsin Valley and a swing and a miss. Wisconsin Valley softball here on Zaleski Sports.
Just match the scoreboard.
As Molly Fox gets back into the box, gets her composure, and a pitch high and outside. 2-1 to the freshman pitcher Molly Fox. Yeah, I can't believe all the great freshman ball players I have seen already this season, this early in the season. Whoa, and we got a dead ball as Molly's gets hit in the ankle, and she's going to kind of not walk this one off, but kind of jog it off as she gets hit with a pitch to load the bases.
Now batting number 6, Taylor Weiss on deck.
And
13, Cameron Pierce.
We are going to have a courtesy runner, as coming in for the Tigers will be Layla Upman, as she will be the courtesy runner for the pitcher. And coming to the plate will be the 8th hitter of this inning, Taylor Weiss. And we started the top of the first inning with 8 batters for Wausau West. Now we have the 8th batter for the Tigers. And a shot into the net on top of the dugout and rolls down the walkway. Now that's a play-by-play right there if I've ever heard one. We're going to grandmother's house here, folks. As Weiss gets back into the box. And the pitch by Butler. And fouls it off as bounces and hits Weiss in the ankle. 0-2 count on the right fielder, Taylor Weiss. As Taylor played in 11 conference games for Coach Linsmeyer last year. And a call, strike 3, just the same way we finished off the top of the first inning. A call, 3rd strike on the number 8 batter as the Tigers come up with 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and 3 left. So after 1 inning of play, it's the Wausau West Warriors 5 and the Marshfield Tigers 2. And you're watching Wisconsin Valley Softball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I am standing in our all-new Express Lane. Open now, no appointment necessary. Stop on in and get things like oil changes, filters, quick lubes. No appointment necessary. See you soon.
And we're back here at Madison Field here in Marshfield. And leading off for the Wausau West Warriors will be the number 9 hitter, the 3rd baseman, Taylor Defner. And I was just handed a score in the Marshfield Tiger boys game with DC Everest. And they are in the top of the 4th, and Everest is leading 4-2 as Owen Griesbach is pitching for Marshfield and Carter Miller for the DC Everest Evergreens. So thanks to Mr. Zaleski of bringing that score to me here. And your wife says you're not useful.
What does she know?
Well, I'll be your reference, all right? And the pitch. Oh, right down Main Street. The call, strike 1. 1-1 count on the 3rd baseman and the number 9 hitter, Taylor Defner.
Everything making sense? Yeah. Good. This is what we get paid for.
Fox. And fly ball into the infield. Camping under it is Madeline Cole for out number 1. 1 down here in the top of the 2nd inning. Brings us back to the top of the batting order in 2nd baseman Peyton Kelmus, as Peyton flew out to the center fielder Varsho back in the 1st inning. And a call, strike. Speaking of Varsho, I just read today that Dalton will be doing a rehab just shortly here down in Florida, but he's going to wait a little bit as they are expecting their first child, and Brooke is down in Florida with them, and so they're going to wait till that happens. And a fly ball out to left field, and a great catch by Cameron Pierce for out number 2. So the best of luck to Dalton.
And on deck number 4, Taylor
and Brooke. Now they'll know what parenthood is all about.
Well, during the offseason. He'll know during the offseason.
Exactly. Bringing up the right fielder, Kenna Gale. Kenna got on by the throwing error by the 3rd baseman back in the 1st inning, and she scored. She also had a stolen base. in that at bat also. First pitch comes in, high and outside, ball 1. Fox on the mound for the Tigers. Rocks back and delivers. And bounces with that changeup. She needs about another maybe 1.5 feet on that delivery. And the wind is starting to pick up here again.
Picks up any more, I'm leaving.
And Fox with delivery. With a call strike right at the knees. 2-1 count on the number 2 hitter and right fielder, Kenna Gale. Fox takes her time, rocks back, and delivers. And high and outside, ball 3. As it's getting a little chillier as
I told you it wasn't 60.
Weiss out in right field and Varsho in center field are wearing coats, and we've got sweatshirt on our third baseman, Lydia Garvin. So it must be a little chilly out there or something. But and I see a few people putting their hoods up on their. So it's yeah. I don't think it's 60 degrees either. Maybe in Milwaukee. And they're going to exchange balls here. That one might be a little wet. 3-2 count on the batter, Kenna Gale. Fox back on the rubber. Gets the sign from Griesbach. And rocking back and delivering. And high for ball 4. As that will be the second time that Kenna has been on base.
Now batting number 4.
The number 3 hitter, the center fielder, Taylor Leibel. As Taylor had a base hit and a stolen base and scored back on Claire Kelmus's hit to give the Warriors their second run of the ball game. 5-2 here in the top of the second inning. Wausau West out in front of the Tigers. First pitch comes in high for ball 1. Oh, wait a minute. It's moved down now to 58 degrees here. But they say a lot of rain coming in about 8:30. So we'll be out of here by then.
8:30?
8:30.
Oh, okay. Well, there'll be no light left, so.
No, it'll be dark. I think she's going to get dark a little early today. 1-1 count on the batter. Taylor Leibelt. Fox rocking and delivering. And a call strike. And stealing second is Kenna Gale. There's a little delay call there. Umpire taking a good look at it to see if she might have come off the bag. But great throw by Griesbach. And a great jump by Gale as she gets the stolen base. Her second stolen base of the game. Fox with the delivery. And a call, a swinging strike 3. And that is a Jamie Wenzel Serve Pro strikeout. Called Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never happened. And so for the Wausau West Warriors, they come up with no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left. After 1.5 innings of play, it's the Wausau West Warriors 5, the Marshfield Tigers 2. And you're watching Wisconsin Valley Softball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Bottom of inning number 2.
The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's fat bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
And we're back here at Madison Field, located on the campus of Marshfield High School. In fact, it's right next to Madison School. That's why they named it Madison Field. It wasn't after one of our former presidents or anything, but it's, Madison School. So leading off for the Tigers here in the bottom of the second inning, the number 9 hitter is Cameron Pierce, the left fielder. And the first pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Cameron just appeared and a shot down the left field line, and it's fair. And rounding first and heading for second, and coming in sliding with a double is Cameron Pierce. You couldn't place that hit ball any better than where she did. As soon as it hit, it caromed off to the left, and so it gave her a little more time to get to second base, but great speed by Cameron. So the Tigers now, actually, it's hard to believe, but the tying run is on the index circle. And Cameron Pierce at second, and back to the top of the batting order for the Tigers is Delaney Varsho, the center fielder. And Delaney had a base hit to right field to start out the inning for the Tigers. And she eventually scored on an error from the center fielder, Taylor Leibelt. And the first pitch, Taylor fouls off for strike 1. And next pitch, ball 1, way outside. Tigers trying to come back from a 5-0 deficit after a half inning of play, and they're getting a little bit at a time, but they are getting closer. They scored 2 in the first to make it 5-2, and that's what we're at right now. But they have a runner at second with nobody down here in the bottom of the second inning. And next pitch, outside, 3-1 to Delaney Varsho. And we've got a 3-2 count on Delaney. Butler steps up to the pitching rubber and delivers. And high for ball 4. So runners at first and second here with nobody down. Tigers threatening. And Lillian Griesbach, who had a base hit out to center field back in the first inning, and she has also scored. We'll see if they can get the Tigers a little bit closer here in the bottom of the second inning. And the first pitch outside for ball 1. Last year, Caitlin pitched in 11 varsity games for the Warriors. And next pitch, low and inside, ball 2. She had a 2-3 record last year with 1 save through 32 innings, gave up 44 hits, 33 runs, 29 earned runs, walked 13, struck out 10, and had a 6.35 ERA last year for the Warriors. And a ground ball to the third baseman. Second for 1, not in time at first, as they get the force out on Varsho at second base, but advancing to third is Pierce, as that ball was hit a little bit to the left, so the momentum carried third baseman Defner towards second, which was the right play. But now we have runners at the corners with Griesbach at first and Pierce at third, and batting is Lydia Garvin. And for a call, strike 1 on the outside corner. As Garvin gets a few signs from head coach Linsmeyer. And a ground ball to the shortstop. And a throw over to first is in time for out number 2. but Garvin will get credited with an RBI as Pierce scores
Now batting number 11, Maddie Krause.
and makes the
On
score
deck,
now
number
5-3.
Ryan Costa.
And advancing to second is Griesbach. So it goes 6-3 with 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. Butler with the delivery and outside for ball 1. As most coaches say, we can't get them all in bunches. We just take one at a time here, and, eventually we might catch them. And the next pitch gets away, and that'll be a wild pitch. And advancing to third is Lillian Griesbach. So 2 down with the count 2-0 to Madison Krause. Madison has hit the ball very well this year. And a call strike. In fact, she had a home run in that Holman game last weekend. In fact, the Tigers hit 3 of them in the doubleheader sweep last week. And the next pitch on the outside corner for a call strike, 2-2 to Madison Krause here in the bottom of the second inning. And the pitch. And a ground ball to the shortstop. That's Kelmus. Throws over to first in time to get Madison Krause for the third out. But the Tigers come up with 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. And after 2 innings of play, it's the Wausau West Warriors 5 and the Marshfield Tigers 3. And you're watching Wisconsin Valley Softball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between. Check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See Chips' complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream, all served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield. Be a champ and have a chipperific day.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They are now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office and accept most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they're changing lives one smile at a time. Set up for a free consultation today. Leading off for the Warriors here in the top of the third inning, the cleanup hitter, the shortstop, Claire Kalmus. And Claire had a base hit back in the first and scored to give the Warriors their 3rd run of the contest. As the Tigers picked up a run here at the bottom of the second to make the score 5-3 now. The Warriors out in front. And a shot into the power alley, one hopper out to Taylor Weiss, and she picks it up and gets the ball in. And Claire gets her 2nd hit of the ball game.
Now batting number 3, Addie Heil.
And brings up the catcher, Addie Heil. And Addie got on actually with a sacrifice. Sacrifice fielder's choice. And actually scored then in the 5th inning there. Swing and a miss by Addie for strike 1. Addie doing a nice job behind the plate so far. And the pitch by Fox is down low. I always want to say it's in the dirt, but you can't call this dirt because it's turf. So, Fox ready, and she delivers. And a swing and a miss with that changeup by Molly Fox. 1-2 count. Eddie Heil, the catcher for the Warriors. Runner at first. And the pitch. And high for ball 2. 2-2 count. This is actually the first time that the Warriors have gotten their leadoff hitter of the inning on base today. Fox looks in, gets the sign from Griesbach, and the pitch. And coming right back at us, and thank goodness for the net, or it would have been right up here in the press box. And this ball is just a little wet, and going to try to get a drier one here. Molly just didn't feel right with that one there. I'm really surprised that they are actually, I noticed this at Rapids, where she has that towel hanging out of the back of her pocket. And a ground ball, and curves back in. And the umpire's going to call her safe. It was a bang-banger.
Now batting number 17.
And credit Addie with an infield hit. And Kelmus advances to second on the play. So nobody down, and runners at first and second for the Warriors as they are threatening here in the top of the third. And the first pitch, swing and a miss by Sadie Pasig. As Sadie had a base hit and an RBI back in the first inning. Molly Fox on the mound for the Tigers. Rocks and throws and high and outside for ball 1. Molly sets herself on the pitching rubber. Takes a look and delivers. And upstairs for ball 2. Two and 1 to Sadie. And the pitch. And ball 3. It's one thing you don't want to do is load the bases here with nobody down. Molly. And ball 4. And loads the bases. As that is the second time Sadie has been on base.
On deck number 9, Jaden Thomas.
And bringing, as Griesbach goes out to talk to Molly. Just to give her a little time out there. Just calm her down and just say, hey, let's get the ball across the plate here. So bases loaded, nobody out. Wausau West leading 5-3 here in the top of the third inning and threatening. And up is the left fielder, Balin Holstrom. And the pitch upstairs. She's been up there for the last 4 pitches have been high. Molly gets set. Infield in. And the pitch. And a call strike at the knees for strike 1. 1-1 count. Mondays were made for Mac. Get to Nuts Deep 2 in Marshfield for Mac Mondays and try one of their delicious Mac options. There's a whole menu of options at Nuts Deep 2 in Marshfield, so hurry in and find your new favorite. And a shot, and a line shot. Great catch by the third baseman, Lydia Garvin. And getting back to third just in time was Kelmus, as The infield was playing in,
Number 9, Jaden Cummins.
and
On deck,
out number one for the Warriors, with bases still loaded, now with one down, and the designated player, Jaden Kelmes. And the pitch. And a call strike on the outside corner.
Just looking. Which one do you think you're missing? Number 9. Oh, I see. Okay.
And just catching the outside corner. Molly Fox gets strike 2. You know, you think about this, we're coming up the end of the April, and tournament time is just around the corner.
And then the same, call them the same last name.
And Fox with the pitch, high and outside. In fact, regionals will start on Tuesday, May 27th, and Thursday, May 29th, with sectionals on June 3rd and June 5th. And the state tournament on the 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th of June in Madison. And Marshfield will be in the Stevens Point sectional. And ball 2, bases loaded, no place to put her. And some really quality teams in that sectional, as it's pretty much the Big Rivers Conference and the Wisconsin Valley Conference in that Stevens Point sectional. Fox with the delivery. Fouling off is Jaden Kelmes, the number 8 hitter. Yeah, you've got Chippewa Falls, DC Everest, Eau Claire Memorial, Eau Claire North, Hudson, Marshfield, Menominee, New Richmond, River Falls, Stevens Point, Superior, Wausau East, Wausau West, and Wisconsin Rapids. So it pretty much covers the big rivers and the valley in that sectional. And the finals will be in Stevens Point this year. The pitch by Fox, and a shot out to center field. Could score 2, as being waved in from second base is Heil, and the Warriors get 2 runs scored on a 2-run single by Jaden Kelmes, and puts the Warriors up now 7-3.
Number 6, Peyton Cummins.
So a 2-run single by Jaden Kelmes, with 1 down now here in the top of the 3rd inning. And a pitch just missed, just a little high. So runners at first and second. At second is Pysik, and Kelmes at first. Fox with the delivery, and fouled off into the net. 1-hop bounce to Griesbach. Second and third playing deep. Third right even with the bag. First even with the bag. And the pitch. And a changeup, and knocked down nicely by Griesbach, and hustles to retrieve that. So Pysik could not advance. 2-1 count on the third baseman and number 9 hitter, Taylor Defner. Fox with the delivery. Just missed the inside corner. Thinking we may, if any more runs scored, we may see Barnhart, the other freshman for the Tigers. And she went. And the count is now 3-2, as we saw Barnhart pitch over at Wisconsin Rapids on Tuesday, where the Tigers ended up losing 9-6. And a pitch by Fox. And a fly ball. And second baseman coming up with it, and one umpire looks at the other and wondering who's going to make the call. And a great catch by the second baseman, Madeline Cole.
Now batting number 6.
And actually, that is the home plate umpire's call down on that play.
And he's got to get down there.
Yep, he's got to get down to make that call. So now 2 down as Pysake advances to third. And Kelmus stayed at first, so runners at the corners, 2 down. And the Warriors lead 7-3, with the Warriors putting up a 2 spot here at the top of the third inning. So far, the Warriors with 6 hits in this contest. And held up. And well, the runner at first took off, decided to hit the brakes, and threw the ball. The catcher threw the ball to second, and so the runner that came from first. So the runner at third took off about 4 steps, threw the ball over to third, and so the runner that was heading to second decided, well, I'll go to second. And so now we have runners at second and third. Fox with the delivery and a call strike. 2-1 count, 2 down. Runners at second and third here in the top of the third. And Kelmus will actually get credited for a stolen base on that play. Fox with the delivery and a shot up the middle, could score 2. And scoring is and Kelmus comes in. And a 2-run single by Peyton Kelmus, as she's hit the ball hard today, as she had flown out the center and flew out the left. And so she comes up with a 2-run single to give Wausau West now a 9-3 lead. And we've got a discussion down here with the coach, with the on-deck hitter, and the batter. So Coach Hughes having a talk with Gale and Leibelt. Runner at first is Peyton Kelmus, and a call strike right down Main Street on that changeup. Gale so far reached on an error back in the first, walked in the second, and she's actually got 2 stolen bases today also. And it's 1-1. They're saying she checked in time for ball 1. As somebody from the fans wanted to know if it was a ball or a strike. So Fox with the delivery with a runner at second. And a call strike. And Griesbach guns the runner down at third, and that is, you never make the third out at third base. And so the Wausau West Warriors come up with 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and no one left on base. So after 2.5 innings of play, it's the Wausau West Warriors 9 and the Marshfield Tigers 3. And you're watching Wisconsin Valley Conference Softball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
And we're back here at Madison Field. located, as I've mentioned, at Marshfield High School. Has a nice complex here. You got the softball field, all turfed. You got baseball field just across the street here, all turfed. The great football field on the other end. You got pickleball down on east of the school. You got the tennis courts over there. You can't ask for anything better. So leading off for the Tigers is the shortstop, Rayan Costa. And the first pitch comes in for call strike as Rayan got on with a fielder's choice, hitting a shot to the third baseman and just missing with a changeup. And I'm getting an update here on a score. And foul back by the shortstop, Rayan Costa. And, oh, gee. We've also got a soccer score now, which is actually on that football field over there. And it's Spash is leading Marshfield 2-1 in the second. And it was in the bottom of the first. Wausau East and Rapids were tied at 0. And in top of the fifth, the score still remains the same. Everest, oh, we got a new one coming up here. So we've got an update. So next pitch comes in. Ball 2-2 to Costa. And Butler getting set. And the pitch, and fouls it off. I see they just came out with the latest WFSCA WSN coaches poll just this last week. Had nothing to do. I was just browsing through, and oh, yeah, I found this. I thought, well, we'll use it in today's ball game, since it's a girls' softball game. The guys poll will come out next week. So actually in Division I, the only one in the area, Kaukauna is number 1 with a 5-0 record, and DC Everest with a 6-0 record is ranked 3rd in the state of Wisconsin in Division I. In Division II, in fact, and a fly ball down the left field line and a base hit for Costa, as Costa now 1 for 2 in the contest as the Tigers get their leadoff hitter on. And bringing up the second baseman, Madeline Cole. Madeline had a base hit back in the first inning and got stranded when the Tigers had the bases loaded back in the first inning. Butler with the pitch, blowing inside. In fact, Mr. Zaleski will see the number 2 team in the state next week. The Mosinee Indians, with a 6-2 record, is ranked number 2 in Division II. And a ground ball foul. And Coach Linsmeyer thought she was playing soccer down there as she took it off her foot and kicked it to the third baseman. Over in Division III, the only one in the area is Fall Creek, ranked number 6. In Division IV, we've got a bundle here. We've got Pacelli at number 3, Assumption at number 4, and a ground ball down the line. And bobbling a little bit and holding up as Cole hits a shot down the third base line. And now, with runners at first and second, Tigers threatening here now in the third inning. As Costa's at second, Cole at first, and bringing up Molly Fox as Molly got hit by a pitch. First time up back in the first inning. Butler sets and delivers. And a shot, look out, looked like a ball in a pinball machine over there. But the two rivalries, Pacelli and Assumption, right side by side, 3 and 4 in the state. Number 9 is Manawa, and number 10 is the Auburndale Eagles. And in Division, this would be Division 5, would be number 2. In fact, I will get to see this team next week as they come into Stratford. Is Almond Bancroft is ranked number 2 in Division 5, and the Thorpe Cardinals are ranked number 4 in Division 5. So as I mentioned, the boys' rankings will come out next week. I'm thinking most likely you may see teams like Auburndale. You'll see Stratford in there. ranked in the division, and I think they're what, in Division 3?
Stratford?
Yeah. Because there's only 4 divisions, right?
Yeah.
So, shot back to the mound, and throw back over to third as Costa made kind of a big turn there. But they get Fox 1-3, and 1 down, and Costa advances to third. Cole goes to second. So with 1 down and runners at second and third, brings up the right fielder, Taylor Weiss, as Taylor was called out on strikes back in the first inning. Butler with the delivery and catches the outside corner for a call, strike 1. It is getting a little darker out here now. And shot to the shortstop, throws over the first in time, throw over to third is not in time, but coming up with an RBI is Taylor Weiss as they get the out. And Weiss will be credited with an RBI.
Cameron Pierce, and on deck, number 1, Delaney Marshall.
And Cameron Pierce. And a shot going down. And just think, last year when we had the pond there, that ball would have gotten lost with the swamp over there.
It's gone, isn't it?
It's gone. The pond is gone. They've filled that in. They've got grass in there now. And on a changeup by Butler. And it fooled Pierce a little bit as she swung and missed at that one. So an 0-2 count now. Cameron had a double down the left field line back in the second inning. And next pitch upstairs for ball 1. 1-2 count on Cameron Pierce, the left fielder for the Tigers, with 2 down. And at third is Madeline Cole. And the pitch just missed the outside corner. Almost too close to be looking at that pitch. As Butler approaches the pitching rubber and way outside, low and away. And 3-2 count. First base is open. Butler gets a sign and fouled off by Pierce. As this game here is 1 hour and 10 minutes already. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. But the Tigers come up with 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. So after 3 innings of play, it's the Wausau West Warriors 9 and the Marshfield Tigers 4. And you're watching Wisconsin Valley Softball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Hi, I'm Josh Barks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Suites, Rem's Funeral Home, and G&D Wood Products. And the first pitch comes into right fielder Kenna Gale, as Kenna has got on with she was the batter actually when Kelmus got thrown out at third. So she gets another chance and kind of a running swing there. You see a lot of that in college ball with a left-handed hitter. They'll kind of take a running start at it and just slap at it. When I was umpiring college softball, and that goes back 20 years ago, but you saw a lot of that, and they start teaching these high school kids that also now. And one hopper back to Fox, throws over to first in time, as we've got some defensive changes here now.
Now they're batting number 4.
Oh, no, I take that back.
And on deck number 1.
Kraus just kind of moved over, and so then, okay, she came in on the play, and second kind of moved over, so that play went 1-4. Kind of confused me there. But sometimes they say it don't take much.
I wasn't going to say it. You took care of it yourself.
I thought I'd say it before you did. See, center fielder Taylor Leibel with one down here, 1-0 count, and low and outside. Ball 2. Fox steps on the rubber, gets the sign from Griesbach, rocks back, and delivers. And foul down the left field line. When buying or selling, Brock & Decker Real Estate is a team you need by your side. Brock & Decker has all the tools you need to feel confident in selling or buying. Call Sammy or Sue today or visit them on North Central Avenue or at brockanddecker.com and like them on Facebook. Fox with the delivery. And a fly ball. Center field as Varsho camps under it and drops it. And going into second, standing up, E8 on Varsho. That is her
Now batting number 1.
second error of the ball game.
On deck number 3, Addie Heil.
As it brings up the cleanup hitter, Claire Kelmis, the shortstop, and Wausau West with another runner in scoring position. And a shot back to Fox as she knocks it down, throws over to Kraus. And that was a shot. That was more self-defense than anything there. And she says she's, as Griesbach goes out and Kraus is out there talking to her. And I think I see a big smile on her face. And she's like, well, I knocked that one down. Let's see them try to get another one by me.
And also now.
Or are they just talking about where they're going for supper tonight? Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? You always wonder, you watch a Major League ball game and they're standing out there, and they're standing out there so long, the umpire's got to go out and get them moving around. And they're saying, well, what supper club are we going to tonight?
Maybe they're talking about homework.
Yes, exactly. That could be too. And bringing up the catcher, Eddie Heil, with 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. And a runner at third. Ground ball to short. That's Costa. Over the first, and a high reach by Kraus, and pulls it down for out number 3. So the Wausau West Warriors come up with no runs on no hits. 1 error did not hurt them, and 1 left on base. And after 3.5 innings of play, it's the Wausau West Warriors 9 and the Marshfield Tigers 4. You're watching Wisconsin Valley Softball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Leading off for Marshall, the bottom of the 4th, we have number 1, Delaney Varsho, and on deck, number 4, Lillian Griesbach.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken has been voted best pizza in Marshfield 16 years in a row. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken is ready for your call now. Choose drunken chicken, BLT, Western, mac and cheese, sweet chili chicken, and more. Plus, Scotty's has broasted chicken, fish sandwiches, salads, and desserts. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118 and Scotty'sPizza.com.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
And we're back here at Madison Field, and we've got an update on that Marshfield-Everest game, as Everest came up with 4 runs, 4th inning? and leads now 8-4. Chase Robinson is now pitching, and Carter Miller is still in for Everest, but it is in the bottom of the 6th inning, and still 0-0 in the East Rapids, and still 2-1 yet Spash against Marshfield in soccer just across the street. As I can see the lights on a little bit over on Lutke Field over there. And so coming up is for Oh, 16. Nora Hintz. In fact, she was involved with that no-hitter with Butler. And so Nora Hintz now pitching for the Wausau West Warriors. And let's see if I can find my papers here. And she pitched only in one varsity game last year, pitched 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, 3 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout last year for Wausau West. And Hintz with the delivery outside for ball 1. So Nora Hintz now on for the Wausau West Warriors. And the count now to leadoff hitter Delaney Varsho is 2-0. And outside, ball. Do you call a strike on that? Well, according to the scoreboard, it was a strike. 2-1. And a 1-hopper back to the mound. Hintz throws over to first for out number 1. A lot of shots right up the middle today. And some great defense by the pitchers themselves. And brings up Lillian Griesbach, the catcher. Lillian 1 for 2 today, scored back in the first inning and singled back in that first inning. And a shot down the left field line and actually out of the ballpark and rolling across the road. And I hope it doesn't go downhill and goes into the sewer. Nope, she laid it in the between the sidewalk and the road there. So
good job for some kid to go run it down.
Exactly, yes. And a fly ball out to left field, and making a shoestring catch of Lillian Griesbach is Balin Holstrom, as she went down for that one to make a fantastic catch.
And on deck number 11, Maddie Cross.
You know, I remember when your dad and I would umpire some ball games, you know, Legion ball and on Old Reese and that, and balls would actually go out of the ballpark and they couldn't find them because they did roll down and went into the sewer.
They roll down Oak?
Yeah,
Oak
yeah, down Oak, yep. Yeah, right down Oak Street, yep. And a shot out to center field and straight on. And making the catch is Leibelt for out number 3. So the Tigers go 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 4th. And the score remains 9-4. Wausau West over the Marshfield Tigers. And you're watching Wisconsin Valley Softball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Take your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit ShedsDelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's ShedsDelivered.com. Go today.
And we're back here at Madison Field. Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, affordable service. The next time you shop for insurance, call Brad Krecklau and Ian Pierce, your full-service rural mutual insurance agents in Marshfield. Call 715-384-2826 today. And I finally found out just today where they are located, and they're actually located in the old Hiller's Hardware store. Next to the restaurant there. So, and leading off is Sadie Pesek, as she is 1 for 1 on the day and scored twice. And the first pitch comes in for a call strike.
Right on the other side of where Real Pizza used to be.
Yes, exactly.
Which I miss every day.
Oh, you betcha.
Man,
Oh, between the subs and the pizza they used to have. Oh my gosh. Yep. At least we got memories of it.
They were there for a long time.
Yeah,
those two ladies that ran it, they were there for a long time.
Yeah, Carol Berg. Yep.
Long time.
Carol and her sister. Yep. And the pitch, a changeup, call strike. Boy, just froze the batter on that one. 1-2 count for Molly Fox as she throws that great changeup there. And pitch and fouled out, and that one's definitely out and hits the utility shed down the right field side. Well, let's see. We are now here in the top of the 5th, so if we get one more inning, the rains can come and it'd be a legal game.
All right.
And next pitch comes in for ball 2. 2-2.
I'd rather we're done before the rain.
To Sadie. Fox gets a sign from Griesbach. And the rockin' throw and drop third strike. Throws down to first, down to Kraus for out number 1. And that is a Jamie Wenzel strikeout. Call Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro, like it never happened.
Steiny, I took my weekly bath yesterday. I don't need to get wet again today. Count me out of it.
Well, you know,
then I have to recomb my hair
if I
got wet.
You know, you should always carry a bar of soap with you, just in case. You know. And coming up now is Balin Hallstrom, the left fielder. And she made that great catch out in left field, that shoestring catch. And next pitch comes down low, ball 2.
Here we go, Lyle. Here we go, 3. Your game.
Oh, gee, they really want me to promote this here. I see it's twice on my ad list here today.
Oh, really?
Yes. The Marshfield Tiger Booster Club. Usually I check this over, you know, when I get it at home, and I run it off. And
it must be important.
Yeah, it must be important. And next pitch, because it's called strike. 3-1 on Hallstrom here in the top of the 5th inning. And Wausau West leading 9-4. Fox looking in, gets the sign, rocks and delivers. And a shot to Costa at short. Throws over to first in plenty of time. A little long stretch there for Madison Kraus over there, but she pulls it in for out number 2.
Now batting number 9, Jaden
They got the lights on at Everest.
Number 13.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they got the lights on over there in the soccer field.
Sure,
Yep,
sure.
soccer field. Yep.
We don't have lights here.
No, we don't have lights. Well, we could bring cars up and, you know, form them around them. And bringing up Jaden Kelmus, the designated player. She had a 2-run single back in the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Molly gets the sign from Griesbach and rocks and throws with a changeup and a call. Strike 2. Mark the calendar for the Tiger Booster Bash fundraiser, Friday, April 25th. Dinner, music, raffles, and silent and live auction. Get tickets online at the door. Go to Marshfield Tiger Booster Club on Facebook. Get your tickets. Find more information. You know, and you were gone before when I had this ad before, and I says, you know, maybe you should bring the checkbook, and we could, you know, that's when they name also the field house, the rights. Yeah. So I thought maybe we could, Zaleski Field House, you know, we could always say that, hey, we're broadcasting from Zaleski Fieldhouse. I'm wondering if they do name this after you, have to pay taxes on that also because it belongs to you now, or what?
I hope.
2-2 count on the batter, Jaden Kelmus, and a shot down the right field line and foul as Kraus chases after that, just out of her reach. Yeah, but then Rachel will want you to work more than, you know, pay for the taxes on that. Taylor Diffner in the on-deck circle. Fox rocking and delivering with a changeup. Ooh, just missed. And we're coming with an update here. And we have a final as DC Everest Evergreens beat Marshfield 8-4, and still no scores on the other ones here, but that's okay. And down low.
It's still the second half.
It's still the second half. It's a long second half.
Yeah, they're 40 minutes. I can't help it.
And that's with a running clock, too.
10, Molly Muchinski.
And looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Wausau West. As coming into, yeah, let's see what number we have here. Number 10, that would be Molly Mashinsky. Now batting for Taylor Diffner.
What's the number?
Number 10. And West with a runner at first with 2 down. And Molly last year played in 12 ball games and hit 200 for Wausau West last year. And the pitch with a call strike. 1-1 count, 2 down. Runner at first here in the top of the 5th inning.
Let's see if you can spell that.
Molly is a senior outfielder for the Wausau West Warriors. And a ground ball to Costas. Throws over to first, and in plenty of time to get Mashinsky, the pinch hitter, for out number 3. The Warriors come up with no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left. After 4.5 innings of play, it's the Wausau West Warriors 9 and the Marshfield Tigers 4. And you're watching Wisconsin Valley Conference Softball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Miller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. The tools you trust from the people you can depend on. Shop the store within a store and find what you're looking for.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Now that's what I was looking for.
Looks like you found what you're looking for.
We redesigned our store to offer the biggest selection of Milwaukee tools.
A selection so big you'll need a map to find your way out.
Miller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center.
The 5th inning, Rapids is now leading Wausau East 3-0. I thought maybe I was sitting here talking to myself. I didn't get John's pointing over here. Yeah, I've been known to talk to myself and even answer myself.
10 minutes left, same score.
Oh, same score with 10 minutes left. Same score of on the hockey game. On the,
like hockey.
On the soccer. Yeah, it's kind of like it. You got a goal, you know.
Yep, kind of.
You got a goalie, you know. Yeah, it's the same. Just that you don't wear the big pads, you know.
No.
So leading off for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 5th inning, the first baseman, Madison Kraus. Madison 1 for 2 on the day. She singled back in the 1st inning. And first pitch comes in, ball 1. ShedsDelivered.com is your one-stop shop for sheds, bars, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. See their display lots in Marshfield, Medford, and Wisconsin Rapids, and get more information at ShedsDelivered.com. You know, I had to look that word up to see what it means.
Oh, well, it means people.
Yeah,
I
people.
just always say people.
Yeah. Oh, Amish people? I'll use that next time. All right. Oh, pop-up. And the catcher going back and makes the catch. I didn't know I was, the pole here was in my way, and I couldn't quite see if she had dropped that or not. But Cross pops out to the catcher for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And bringing up the shortstop, Rand Costa, who is 1 for 2. She scored back in the 3rd inning. And the pitch outside for ball 1. And a line shot right to Claire Kalmas for out number 2 as Costa goes down. She's 1 for 3 on the day.
Now batting number 5, Madeline Cole. On deck, number 3, Matt Mount.
Second baseman, Madeline Cole. She's actually had a perfect day today. She's 2 for 2.
Announcer drinks.
Singled in the 1st and singled in the 3rd. And first pitch, high. Nora Hintz on the mound for the Warriors. And a shot down the left field line, but foul. Oh yeah, before when we were talking about it, it was 60 degrees. It had dropped down, I think, to 60 or 56. So
It feels like less than that yet.
they say it's still 56.
Nah, they're liars.
Pitch comes in and counts 1-1.
I've been fed that line before.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm too smart for that one.
In other words, the old saying, you weren't born just yesterday.
No.
And the pitch. Inside. Came close to Madeline getting hit there. But the wind's still coming out of the southeast. I'd rather have it out of the southeast than that northwest coming right at us here.
Yeah.
As Nora gets Madeline Cole, the foul went off. Count remains 3-2. Yeah, according to radar, it's supposed to be raining north of town here. And a pop-up into the infield to Kelmus at short for out number 3. So the Tigers go down 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 5th. And the score remains 9-4. The Warriors of Wausau West out in front of the Marshfield Tigers. And you're watching Wisconsin Valley Conference Softball on Zaleski Sports. Brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Hi, I'm Shai from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Been doing that for a while, too.
And we're back here at Madison Field, and we're going to tell you about Next Step Prosthetics, provided by Prosthetics and Orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. And Express Employment Professionals has relationships with all the local businesses and job openings. So have you put your job opening in here? Oh, okay. Call or stop in at Express Employment to find the right career path for you.
Number 6, Peyton Connors, and
Oh.
deck number 8.
And now pitching for, yes, Angela Barnhart is now pitching, the other freshman pitcher for the Marshfield Tigers. Barnhart, I know, had, when they were up in the Hodag Dome before it collapsed this year, she had a victory up there.
She did?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hiller's True Value is Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. Check out current promotions and get great fall deals on Milwaukee tools today. From the people you can depend on, that's Hiller's True Value in Marshfield. And leading off will be the leadoff hitter,
So when you go to the game on Tuesday, before you
Peyton
go up to the
Kalmus,
Bucks, just go grab a program.
as that will be the first batter
Then you'll have
that the
all
new
names
pitcher,
right there, too.
Angel Barnhart, will face.
I just work with Mike. He'll help you out. He's not that mean.
Do it.
Usually.
And Barnhart with the first pitch, hey, right down the main drag for a call, strike one. Barnhart getting the sign from Griesbach and a ground ball, slow roller to third. And great stop by Kraus as third baseman Lydia Garvin short hopped that one to Kraus, and she made a great defensive play as they're kind of laughing about that play, but great play by Madison Kraus there over at first base to get the leadoff runner, Peyton Kalmus. And the first pitch coming into Kenna Gale is a call strike. Barnhart. And scores around the butt. Barnhart throws over to first, and not in time. Infield hit by Kenna Gale, as Kenna goes now 1 for 3 in today's contest.
Now batting Taylor Leibelt.
And
On deck number 1,
Taylor
Claire.
Leibelt now batting. Taylor is 1 for 3 today. She singled and scored in the first, struck out in the second, and reached on an error by the center fielder in the fourth inning, but was stranded at third. Angela gets the sign and the pitch and a ground ball over to third. Picked up nicely by Garvin. In fact, that last hit here by Gale, and a fly ball, way out of here and gone. A 2-run shot by center fielder Taylor Leibelt, as she got a hold of that one. She got it up in the air currents, and with that wind coming out of the southeast, just took that and rode it right out of here. And it would have been, if a car was going by, it would have been close to getting hit.
Yep.
As she hits a 2-run shot. And we'll,
Batting number 1,
if
Claire
Wes
Connors.
wins this
On
game,
deck
we'll have
number
to get
2,
her and find out her reaction on that home run. As I know I was down at Rapids the other day, and we had 2 of them down there that were shots that winds were coming out of the northwest, and they were a little wind-aided, but both of them during the interview was kind of laughing about it and loved every minute of it. So, but a great 2-run shot here by Taylor Leibelt, who was an honorable mention all-conference outfielder last year in the Wisconsin Valley. And pitch comes in, low and inside, ball 2. Angela steps on the rubber, gets the sign from Griesbach, and a pitch. And a shot right down the main drag for a call strike. 2-1 count with one down, nobody on. 11-4. Wausau West here in the top of the sixth. And a changeup just missed outside. 3-1. And the next pitch, it's a hopper and through the middle. Out to Varsho in center field, base hit for Claire Kelmus. Great ball game by Claire, 3 for 4 today. As I mentioned, she was second team all-conference last year. And she is now 3 for 4 and scored twice. So one down here in the top of the sixth inning. And Addie Heil, the catcher, now batting. Addie is 1 for 3, and scored twice in today's contest. You know, looking at the stats from Wausau West last year, they did actually hit 3 home runs last season. And we do have a final on the soccer game, and yes, the score stayed at 2-1. So no action in the second period. And a line shot to third, and Garvin making that catch and hustling back to first as Claire Kelmus. So 2 down here in the top of the sixth.
On deck, number 5, Valen Hostrom.
As Sadie Pysek is now batting. As Sadie is 1 for 2, single and scored in the first, walked and picks up her second hit. As the bats have suddenly come alive for the Wausau West Warriors, as they had gone 2 innings without a base hit. And they now have 4 off of Barnhart here in the 6th inning. And coming to the plate, the left fielder, Balin Holstrom.
Nope, pinch hitter.
Or pinch hitter.
11.
Oh, thank you, sir. We'll, let's see who we got here. Oh, it's right here. Jaden Elke. Jaden Elke now batting. And a ground ball to second, and shuttles it over to Kraus over at first for out number 3. But the Wausau West Warriors come up with 2 runs on a 2-run homer by Taylor Liebelt on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left. And so after 5.5 innings of play, it's the Wausau West Warriors 11, the Marshfield Tigers 4. Here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale, we have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
You and Schultz from Hogan's Hero. You know nothing.
Fair enough.
And leading off for is Angela Barnhart, the pitcher.
You're good. Yeah, you're good.
As this is her first at bat. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-1 count. on Angela Barnhart. As Hintz, next pitch is high, makes it 2-1. Tigers with 7 hits tonight. They have not had a hit in the last 2 innings. And there we go.
Chalk one up.
I did that before with Wausau West, and sure as heck they get a hit. So they get a hit after the first 2 innings here without a hit. In the 4th and the 5th, they get a base hit as Angela Barnhart comes through. And bringing up now the right fielder, Taylor Weiss. And Taylor is 0 for 2 on today. And bounces one. Throw down to first, and Angela's back in plenty of time. BBD Sports Shop is your one-stop headquarters for everything outdoors. Shop 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations in Cadott and Abbotsford, or online at bigbeardown.com. That's B and BD Sports. Oh, 8 is batting. Okay, now they, usually the umpires will turn around,
Don't even get me started. That is long gone. Man.
I know, and your dad and I were so used to that. They turn around, we tell them who's batting, and that's all long gone. Layla Upman is now batting for the Tigers.
Yeah, any change, right? Any change.
Yeah, any change.
Not anymore.
Nope. As Upman is batting for Taylor Weiss. And a changeup. And she timed it. She got a piece of it. 1-2 count.
Conference play over the Marshfield.
On Upman. Who just missed outside. So Layla staying alive. 2-2 count. He's with the pitch and high and outside. Full count with nobody out. Hintz with the pitch and pop up. Kelbus going back and drops it and throws over, picks it up in plenty of time. Of course, Barnhart had to stay back at first as she figured, it's going to be a routine catch, but she lands up dropping it. Barnhart had no chance at all as it was an easy force out at second for out number 1. So Upman on with a fielder's choice and brings.
6-4.
Yep. And bringing up the left fielder, Cameron Pierce, as she has doubled back and scored in the second and struck out swinging in the third. And Hintz outside the pitch, ball 2. Wausau West with only 1 error today. Tigers with 4, 3 in that first inning. That hurt the Tigers as West put up a 5 spot in that first inning. They've had 2 big innings. They had a 5 spot in the first inning, a 4 spot in the third, and then a 2-run homer here in the top of the 6th inning. 2-1 count to Pierce. And catches the outside corner for strike 2. Hintz with the pitch and outside. Count 3-2 with 1 down. Delaney Varsho on deck. Hintz with the pitch and a shot down the left field line and out of play. As it hit the net of the batting cage down there on the third base side. It's really nice. Both teams got their own batting cages in this complex here. It's really nice.
And who else can say that?
And a swing and a miss by Cameron Pierce as she goes down swinging for out number 2. And bringing up Delaney Varsho. Delaney 1 for 2 on the day as she singled and scored in the first, walked in the second, and grounded back to the pitcher back in the 4th inning. As what's really nice is I was looking at the Valley stats today, and they didn't have them the other day on Tuesday when I looked at them because they weren't online yet, but they're starting to put the Valley stats now on their website. And I'll tell you, they do a nice job on there. And I'll tell you, even over in that Merriwood Conference, I've noticed how the teams over in the Merriwood Conference send their stats to WIS Sports, and it's great. I mean, every sport. I mean, it was a pleasure doing Stratford football and basketball this year because you had stats right in front of you and updated stats.
Imagine this, Tony. They want to give credit to their kids. How about that?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it's and it's not just the Southern Division of that Merriwood Conference, it's the Northern Division too, because I know I had a shot by Varsho and just out of the glove, a diving stab by Liebelt, and Varsho, we're going to give her a double on that. That was a tough play by Liebelt. So a double for Liebelt. And Upman over on third as Delaney Varsho goes 2 for 3 so far today. And bringing up the catcher, Lillian Griesbach. Yeah, I was saying I've got to go up to Abbotsford, and I looked on the today for stats for myself, for Monday's ball game, and boom, both for Athens and Abby Colby, they're right there. I mean, so it's really nice. And a shot. It could be in the power alley. Yes, all the way to the wall. Scores 2 runs as Griesbach comes up with a 2-run double here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Back-to-back doubles, one by Varsho and one by Griesbach. As Griesbach gets 2 RBIs on the play and makes the score 11-6 now. It's kind of interesting that both relief pitchers that have come in, and they've both been hit hard, as Barnhart was hit for 2 runs there with that 2-run homer and also 4 hits in the 6th inning. And right now, Hintz has been really hit hard, as that is the 3rd hit by the Tigers here in the 6th inning, with a single by Barnhart and also a double by Varsho and Griesbach. 2-0 count to Lydia Garvin with 2 down. As Hintz steps to the rubber and delivers. And a call strike, 3-1. First base is open. On deck, Madison Kraus, as Madison is 1 for 3 on the day. And a shot, and off the glove, and not going to be in time there, as Kelmas tried to short hop that, and it caught part of her glove. I'm going to give her an error on that. And going to third is Lillian Griesbach. So with 2 down, runners at the corners. And first baseman, Madison Kraus. And down low. And stealing a base is Garvin. And the throw went down to third. Figuring Griesbach might be trying a double steal on this. but Griesbach gets back in plenty of time. First pitch was a ball to Kraus. Next pitch up high, ball 2. As the 6th inning has been pretty productive for both of these teams. And a shot down the left field line, and it's out of here! A 3-run shot for Madison Kraus down the left field line. That's the second homer today, one each by Wausau West, and Madison Kraus hits a 3-run shot to make this an 11-9 ball game. As a lot of people thought that Marshfield was out of this thing, but all of a sudden, just like that, 5 runs are put up by the Tigers here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Sorry. Me.
It's you, yes.
No, I thought they were out of it.
Oh, yeah. You know, so did I, but all of a sudden.
4, you would have thought. Good
Yeah. You know, you figure, you know, you're up 11-4, you're down by 7, you know, and you've only got, you know, 2 more at-bats to go here. And all of a sudden, out of the clear blue sky, you know, the Tigers put up 5 runs. They put up 3 extra base hits here in the 6th inning as Madison Kraus hits a 3-run shot, and Griesbach had a double, Varsho had a double. So, and actually, you think about the play at second, which would have been the 3rd out of the inning. You know, so it brought life to Marshfield here, and now pitching for Wausau West is Caitlin Butler.
We got a new pitcher, number 2. He's got the roster there.
Pitching for Wausau West, Caitlin Butler, number 2.
As Caitlin Butler comes back in on the re-entry rule.
Is number 10, Brian Costa, and on deck, number 5,
it's a handy rule.
So, as Coach Hughes figures that, you know, Caitlin's been sitting here now for, you know, 7 batters here, you know, and all she gets is, you know, her warm-up pitchers do. So it'll be interesting if and she hasn't been, the first 2 pitches have not been even close to the plate. As it's a 2-0 count to Rayanne Costa, the shortstop, who is 1 for 3 on the day and scored a run back in the 3rd. And a shot down the left field line and foul. So actually, in the last 2 ball games, I have seen 4 home runs in girls softball, and I'll tell you, all of them have been pretty good shots. Also, that I've seen. It was no cheap ones, I'll tell you that. But they all 4 that I saw this week, and Butler, not even close to the plate on that one. As it's a 3-1 count with 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning, as this is the 8th batter of the inning for the Tigers. As Costa has worked the count, and a shot up the middle for Costa, her 2nd hit of the ball game, as the tying run comes to the plate in the form of second baseman Madeline Cole. And it looks like we are going to have another change here. And going out to left field is Addie Heil.
Now
As
is Madeline Cole, on deck is Angela Barnhart.
Addie was in the ball game as the catcher. So she's re-entering. So this is a new catcher down here. But I'm wondering where they put this catcher in the batting order then. Because you would have thought that the catcher was going to go in for the catcher. So it'll be interesting when they come up in the 7th inning. But of course, we don't get information of where everybody went, you know. So, but the the 9th hitter of the inning here for the Tigers, pitch is outside to Madeline Cole, as Costa is at first base as she got her second hit of the ball game, and she's 2 for 4 on the day. And the pitch, and catches the outside corner for a call, strike one. Madeline is 2 for 3 on the day. She singled back in the first, singled in the third, and popped out to the shortstop. And the next pitch is high for ball 3. So Caitlin Butler back in pitching for Hintz. And a pop-up as Kelmus goes back and makes the catch for out number 3. But the Tigers send 9 batters to the plate here in the 6th inning and comes up with 5 runs on 5 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. So after 6 complete innings of play, it's the Wausau West Warriors 11 and the Marshfield Tigers 9. And you're watching Wisconsin Valley Conference Softball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Join the Gross family of satisfied customers at Gross Buick in Marshfield. Come see their large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs on the Marshfield lot. Or find it at grossauto.com, and we'll have it delivered to Marshfield for your convenience. You'll love their people and state-of-the-art service department, where service guests get a free courtesy car. Top it all off with the Gross lifetime engine warranty on most vehicles. Gross Buick of Marshfield.
And we're back here at Madison Field, and you know, it goes back to the old saying that the great Yoke says, it's not over till it's over. And, well, the best one that he ever gave, I ever thought, was when you come to the fork of the road, take it.
Sure. Sure.
What the heck? It'll lead you somewhere.
Sure.
And the first pitch from Barnhart gets away from Griesbach for ball 1. And leading off for the Warriors here in the top of the 7th inning is the DP, Jaden Kelmas. And Jaden is 1 for 2 on the day as she struck out in the first, base hit and a stolen base in the third and scored, and walked in the 5th. And next pitch comes in for a call strike right down Main Street. Somewhat of an open stance here by Kelmas. And the pitch. And self-defense. And almost threw it away, but again, self-defense there. Put the glove up, it'll fall. As Kelmas lines back to the pitcher, knocks it down, throws over to Kraus for out number 1. And back into the ball game. I think this is Taylor Defner, the third baseman. Yes, it is, number 13, as she re-enters into the ball game. As Molly Bashinsky hit for her back in the 5th inning, and Taylor re-entered. Barnhart with the delivery. And a call strike. Angela looks a little more relaxed here in the 7th inning than she did back in the 6th inning, where she got pounded for 4 hits and 2 runs. And a fly ball out to right field coming in, and fair ball down the right field line, and bounces away and going all the way to third, and gets a triple for Taylor Defner. As that ball got away from Taylor Weiss out there in right field. She tried to make that catch, but it took a bad hop after it got by her. And with the wheels that Taylor Defner's got, she made it all the way to third for a triple and brings it back up to the top of the batting order now for Peyton Kelmas. And a call strike. And Barnhart looks in, delivers, and a ground ball to Costa. Over to first, the Kraus for out number 2, but a run scores as Kelmus gets credit with an RBI.
Now batting, number 8, Kenna Gale. On deck,
As coming in is Defner. And makes the score now 12-9. And pitch to Kenna Gale, the right fielder, is high for ball 1. Barnhart. And slap foul by Gale. Gale is 1 for 3. She scored back in the first, walked in the second, a stolen base, grounded out to the pitcher in the fourth, and an infield hit back in the sixth and scored. And a slap hit to second, and great throw by Madeline Cole to get the right fielder Kenda Gale as she hustled down the line there for out number 3. But the Wausau West Warriors come up with 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and no one left. And after 6.5 innings of play, it's the Wausau West Warriors 12 and Marshfield Tigers 9. And we're brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com here on Zaleski Sports.
Tired of hearing about checking account features? So are we. It's more about what you can do with your money to live the life you want. Forward Bank puts your access to everything you need in the palm of your hand. Mobile deposit, recurring digital payments, transfer funds, or pay a friend easily. Yes, our checking is free and includes all that you would expect. It's supported by your neighbors and friends at Forward, dedicated to serving our communities. Open online today at forward.bank.
And we're back here at Madison Field where the Wausau West Warriors come up with a run here in the 7th inning to give them a little cushion of 12-9. They were up 11-4 going into the bottom of the 6th, and the Tigers put up a 5 spot in the bottom of the 6th. The big key blow was a 3-run shot by Madison Kraus. And to make that score 11-9, but a big triple by Taylor Defner, and then scores on a ground out by Kelmus to give the lead 12-9, and a foul ball hit by Angela Barnhart here in the 7th inning. As Angela had a base hit back in the 6th and was forced out at second for the first out on a ball hit by Upman. And it's a 1-1 count to Barnhart as she fouls off. Actually, both of these freshman ball players look very aggressive at the plate also. I mean, they do a nice job of making contact with the ball and got great form. And pitch, boy, Barnhart thought it was a strike also, and the fans in the stands thought it was a strike also. But the umpire called it a ball, 2-2 count. And as pitcher Butler thought she had that pitch also, but counts now 3-2. And a ground ball hit the short to Kelmus. Throws over to first in time for out number 1 as Angela Barnhart goes down 6-3.
Batting number 8, Lila Upman. On deck, number 13.
Bringing up
Cameron Curse.
Layla Upman as she got on with a fielder's choice back in the 6th inning and eventually scored on Lillian Griesbach's double. first pitch or second pitch is a ball 2.
Yep, it's ready.
And Butler with the pitch and a shot down the first baseline past the first baseman as Upman comes up with a hit to keep this string going here.
Matter of fact, Steiny, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
She's ready.
You want to join me here or what? I just asked Z if I had the mic for the interview ready, and he decided, well, let's talk to him and see if it's working. Well, guess what? It's working.
It's working.
First pitch to Cameron Pierce is low and away for ball 1. Cameron is 1 for 3 on the day. She had a double and scored back in the second inning. Call strike here on the next pitch. A 1-1 count with 1 down. Runner at first, that is Layla Upman. What a base hit out to right field. Next pitch upstairs to Pierce. Delaney Varsho on deck. Delaney so far is 2 for 3 in the contest. She is in the on-deck circle. So the tying run is actually in the on-deck circle. So actually, now, Butler can get the win, but I'm just wondering, can she get the save at the same time?
I don't think so.
Yeah, the next pitch comes in is called strike, 3-2 count. Because you know she's in the save situation.
Well, she can choose.
And the pitch. And upstairs, ball 4. As the Tigers are threatening here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Now batting Delaney Varsho, on deck number 4, Lily Eastbach.
As coming to the plate is the tying run in Delaney Varsho. And Coach Hughes wants to go out and talk to the pitcher and whole team out there. The only ones that aren't in that conversation is the right and the center and the left fielder.
See, I think if you're the pitcher, you get to pick.
Yeah, exactly.
Win or the save, it's up to you.
Yeah, either one. You know, you can have the win or the save. I mean, which
better.
Yeah, which looks good in your portfolio. You know, and but yeah, it's she has that situation here where she came out of the ball game and was cruising right along with an 11-4 lead, and brought in a relief pitcher, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, the Tigers put up a 5 spot, and now they're in a situation here, even with the run that they got in the 7th inning, the Warriors, and now we've got the tying run at the plate in Delaney Varsho. And Butler with the pitch, high upstairs. Ball 1 with 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. I told you it'd be a high-scoring ball game.
I guess.
And the pitch by Butler. Just down low. 2-0 count to Delaney Varsho. As I mentioned, 2 for 3 on the day. And she has scored twice. And actually, this is pretty much the meat of the order. You have Varsho, Griesbach, Garvin, and Kraus. It's the meat of the Tigers' order. As time is called here, as Delaney Varsho goes down to have a conversation with Coach Linsmeyer. Becca Linsmeyer in her 4th season as a Tiger head coach. And actually, her first year, Tom Droner was not named Coach of the Year that year. Becca Linsmeyer was, because Marshfield took the conference that year. And if you go back over the last 10 years, Tom Droner has controlled this so much, and usually it's D.C. Everest also that's contending, just like this year. And so here we sit with a 2-2 count to Delaney Varsho, with runners at first and second, 1 down. Butler with the pitch. Way outside, ball 3. 3-2 count. And it is getting darker outside. And Delaney stays alive, follows that one off. In fact, it's kind of amazing because you notice the scoreboard lights are just a little bit brighter minute by minute. So it's like, and Delaney stays alive and follows one off into the screen. So it'll be interesting if Delaney gets on, how defensive-wise, what the Warriors will do. Will they play up? And we'll find out right now as Delaney Varsho works a walk and loads the bases for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Number 4, William Griesbach on deck. Number 2, Lydia Garland.
And coming to the plate is Lillian Griesbach, the second-team all-conference player last year as a freshman. She is 2 for 4 on the day. And first pitch comes in, call strike, as she singled and scored in the first. Fielder's choice in the second, flew out to the left fielder in the fourth, and a big RBI 2-run double in the 6th inning. And inside, and no place to put her. 1-1 count with one down here in the bottom of the 7th. 12-9 Warriors. And the next pitch high and away. As Griesbach gets back into the batter's box. And she does have power. She's got a couple of home runs this year. And a shot past the diving shortstop. And coming in to score. And 2-run score as Upman scores and Pierce scores. And we now have a 12-11 ball game here.
Now batting number 2, Lydia Garland on deck.
As Griesbach comes up with a big 2-run single here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And coming to bat is the third baseman, Lydia Garvin. And if she does not hit into a double play, we've got Madison Krause, who hit a 3-run shot. And double play to end the ball game. A line shot down to first base. And lands up 3 unassisted. What a heartbreaker for the Tigers as they were down 11-4 going into the 6th inning, or bottom of the 6th inning, and comes up with 5 runs in the 6th and 2 runs here in the 7th inning, and a heartbreaking loss for the Tigers as a shot down to first base line by Lydia Garvin, and a great catch by Piesig to double off as the runner was taking off at the crack of the bat, and all she had to do was just slap the glove down on the base for that final out. So for the Tigers, they come up with 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors, and left actually 1 on base. And the final score from Madison Field here in Marshfield is the Wausau West Warriors 12 and the Marshfield Tigers 11. And coming up is the Nasonville postgame show. Nasonville Dairy, you can get your cheese curds there, or you can get them online or up at Curtis, and also out at the dairy out on Highway 10. So we'll have Kenny tell you about Nasonville Dairy a little bit, and once you get Ken talking, you can't let him go. But so and great ball game by the Tigers as they land up losing 12-11 in a slugfest between 2 very good ball clubs. So the Tigers now fall to 1-2 in conference, 7-4 overall. The Wausau West Warriors pick up their second win of the season. They are now 2-4 and 2-1 in conference. The game's been brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com, and we'll be back with a post-game interview right after Nasonville Dairy.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fure, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fure, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
And we are back here at Madison Field, where actually we had a nail biter here. And with me is Coach Hughes. And Coach, you know, you had an 11-4 lead going into the bottom of the sixth. And all of a sudden Marshfield puts up 5 big ones. Madison Krause lands up hitting that 3-run shot. And all of a sudden we've got a ball game. And so actually the big triple that was in the 7th was the factor of this ball game, because that was the key run that actually saved you from going to extra innings. So great ball game. Your ball club, very nice hitting ball club also.
Yes, thank you very much. So was Marshfield. I think that's what made it an interesting game. They hit out of the gate, and we hit out of the gate. So makes for a very exciting, long game. I think we got to play ball for 2.5 hours, which was really fun. But, yeah, great hitting team through. And these girls wanted it tonight.
Yeah.
I got to see that fire in them, and that was beyond exciting as a coach of a program.
You know, I think going back to, okay, when you played Wausau East, and, of course, you get that 5-inning no-hitter there, I think that was a big factor. You got that first win, and you guys felt, I think, a little more comfortable.
Absolutely. Our pitchers especially also. I think that gave them the confidence to face a good hitting team, knowing, again, our defense is there and talking them through it. But that was a huge boost for our younger pitcher especially. And she came out today and threw awesome one time through the lineup.
Yeah, in fact, Caitlin did a nice job out there, and all of a sudden when she came back in fact, she got into a situation where she had the win, and I know Jason Zaleski and I were talking up there and says, she had the win, but now all of a sudden she was in a save situation also. So it was like,
and I can't give her both stats.
And you can't give her both stats. So it turns out, but a great win against a very, very good ball club as Marshfield. Has started out very strong this season, and you guys are picking up the momentum here now also.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see where we end because we're just getting fired up.
All right. Well, Coach, thank you for stopping by, and have a great season. And I want to talk a little bit with these two fine ball players. You bet you. All right, with us is, hang on here, Claire Kelmis, and also, let's see here, we've got Taylor Liebelt also. And I'll tell you, Claire, great ball game. Of course, you were second team all conference last year, and goes 3 for 4 today. So some big hits and some great plays at short also. Where even though you dropped that one out here, but you got it soon enough in order to get the force out at second also. But no, a great ball game, a great defensive play out there today also.
Thank you very much.
So. How do you feel, with this momentum that's going now? You've won two out of the last 3 ball games. What's your expectations now for the rest of the year?
We're on the climb up. Our team's been working so hard, especially at practice, and we get there and we grind and we put our time and our work in, and you can tell it's really paying off. And our girls, you can tell that from these wins, it's just going to go up from here. And I think as Wausau softball, we have something to prove in conference.
Good. And Taylor, that shot that you hit, I'll say that was not a cheap shot. I mean, if a car would have been going by, you would have nailed it going by, but a heck of a shot. I mean, you went 2 for 4 today, and a great job out in center field also.
Thank you so much.
So how did it feel hit on that pitch that you hit out of here? What did you feel did you feel it was gone?
I kind of felt it was gone. It was very smooth. Like, I didn't even feel it off the bat. It was so smooth.
All right, so I know, I don't know if you guys done this before in the house, and so we're going to let you do it together. I'm going to give you the microphone. I'm going to step off, and I'll count you down.
All right, thank you.
You betcha.
Do you want me to put it up to your mouth then? Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
I'm Claire. And I'm Taylor. And we're in the house.
Thank you, ladies. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Again, great win for the Wausau West Warriors as they come away with a 12-11 nail-biter as a great play at first base to end this contest where the Tigers had a chance of winning this in the bottom of the 7th inning. But for John and also Jason and myself, Mike Steinwegner, it's been a great pleasure. I want to thank the fans for watching tonight, and we'll see you down the road. And on behalf of myself and Zaleski Sports, we want to wish you all a happy Easter and have a great weekend. Good night now.